In today's social media driven world, it's not uncommon for an influencer to start up a music career out of the blue. We've seen it happen with YouTube stars like Gabby Hanna and TikTok stars like Dixie D'Amelio and Addison Rae. Most of the time they do it, it's not because it's this dying passion of theirs, but because it's another business venture to diversify their income. They use their already established notoriety and connections to hook up with producers they otherwise wouldn't have access to. This trend of influencer turned pop star can be traced back to the OG influencer Paris Hilton. In 2006, at the height of her celebrity and socialite stardom, she dropped her one and only self-titled album. In this video, we're going to be telling the forgotten story of Paris Hilton's debut album and understand its legacy in today's influencer turned pop star world. Let's get into it. Before we get into how Paris Hilton used her fame to create a debut album, it's important to first understand how Paris Hilton became famous. Her initial fame and wealth can be traced back to her great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton, who was the man that founded the famous Hilton hotel chains. Paris started to make a name for herself, though, in her teens, when she moved to New York to be a socialite. She became frequently cited in social sections of New York newspapers for her partying antics and was identified by many as the city's it girl. She even started turning her nightlife notoriety into a job, often showing up at parties in exchange for cash, which essentially created a new industry that many celebrities would take advantage of. At the age of 19, Paris signed with Donald Trump's modeling agency. She began gracing magazines like Vanity Fair and started doing cameos in movies. This would all lead to Paris getting her own reality show with childhood friend Nicole Richie called The Simple Life. The premise of the show saw the two wealthy socialites struggle to do manual, low-paying jobs. The show was an immediate success, garnering 13 million views on its premiere night. However, the enormous number wasn't just because of the comedic value of the show. The views were greatly boosted because of a sex tape that was leaked with Paris and her then boyfriend, Rick Solomon. Though the sex tape was one of the hardest things that Paris ever went through, she utilized all the conversation about her and created a brand off of it. She began releasing successful jewelry lines, books, perfumes, and other kinds of products. She created a whole brand off basically just being a hot, rich princess, and was often photographed at big-time award shows, cementing her status as a pop culture phenomenon. One of the many side projects she participated in during the height of her fame was the creation of her debut album. It was something that she had announced she was doing since season 1 of The Simple Life, but was postponed for a while. This is because she initially started working with producer Robert Cavallo to create a rock record, as that was what her record label wanted from her. However, once she met with producer Scott Storch in Miami, she completely changed the direction of her album from rock to more pop. The lead single for the album, titled The Stars Are Blind, was released on June 5th of 2006. It's a tropical reggae-influenced track that has production that flutters with Paris's breathy, soft vocals to create the perfect mid-2000s summer track. The track was produced by Fernando Garibay, who later went on to produce some of Lady Gaga's most renowned work, like Alejandro, Born This Way, and Edge of Glory. Interestingly enough, when Paris Hilton was interviewing Lady Gaga, Gaga stated that The Stars Are Blind was one of the best songs ever created. In terms of commercial success, the single ended up debuting at number 18, which was extremely good, especially considering that this was Paris's first attempt at putting out a song. The album was later released on August 22nd of 2006. It's a collection of 11 total songs that offered everything from slow synth-driven songs like Heartbeat to pop rock songs like Screwed. The latter song actually has a pretty interesting history. Paris and Hilary Duff's younger sister, Haley Duff, both recorded and announced Screwed as their lead single off their debut albums. This obviously caused some confusion, but before anything could be sorted out, Paris's version mysteriously leaked on the internet. Not long after, Haley was dropped by her record label, which allowed Paris to claim the song as hers. Critical reception for the album was rather positive. Many noted that while Paris wasn't the best singer, she did craft one of the better pop albums released that year. It's clear looking at some of the reviews though, that at the time, critics and the general public didn't really take the album too seriously. Even Banksy, an underground artist who's known for a social commentary about Western pop culture and corporate greed, stole 500 copies of Paris's album and redistributed them throughout 48 record shops in the UK. He replaced the cover of the album with the topless Paris and traded her head throughout the inside jacket with the Chihuahua, in reference to her famous dogs. He also put a statement plastered across the booklet stating, quote, "Every CD you buy puts me even further out your league." Though the pieces of artwork were meant to show off Banksy's disdain for this new type of celebrity that Paris had created, Paris was not offended, mainly because she understood that her public persona was a character, and even stated that she wanted to purchase one of Banksy's revised albums. Since putting out this album, Paris has yet to release another full-length project. In 2013, she signed to Birdman's label Cash Money, but despite a second record being heavily teased, it was never released. That's when Paris began switching over to DJing and actually became the highest paid female DJ of 2014. Regardless of whether you love or hate Paris Hilton, one cannot deny that she is a pioneer. She was the first to understand how to monetize the public's obsession with celebrity and created a whole media empire from it. Many of today's top influencers turned celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Addison Rae have Paris to thank for paving the road they make millions of dollars from. Looking at her impact, it's clear to see that she was so much more than just the dumb blonde she played on The Simple Life. She really was a businesswoman the whole time, and her debut album is simply a reflection of that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, it would be forever appreciated if you liked, comment, and subscribed. To be notified when a new flashy video is up, feel free to hit the bell button after subscribing. For more pop culture content, make sure to follow Flashy Magazine on Instagram. That's all for now. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll catch you with the next video real soon.